You've got some nurses that sent in some fake tests, came back COVID-19 positive for some fake tests that hadn't even been used. Someone's lying. Someone's making this stuff up. All right, guys, I am going to need your comments on this in the comment section. I've got questions. Things don't look right. So I've got questions for you guys. I'd like to know your guys' opinions on it. Much of this stuff is me just formulating my opinions based off of watching the situations. But you guys are watching the situations too, so I would like to know what you guys are thinking. One thing that varies for me versus many of you guys is a lot of you guys, sorry about the bumpy road, guys. A lot of you guys are already seeing the stuff we are just starting to see. So for you guys, it's nothing new. Well, one thing we're starting to see in Idaho is we've finally gotten the first mandatory face mask that just took place, right? A couple of counties have decided mandatory face masks. One of the counties, the county with the capital in it, the governor's county, they actually regressed and went to an earlier stage, a lower stage. They went back to stage 3, right? Which means buildings have to close again. People have to close down again. People who were able to come back and start making money for their family now have to shut down again. There's so much of this stuff to talk about. I'm gonna try and stay on topic. Probably won't though. First thing, around here, all of a sudden, we are seeing just spikes in reported numbers, right? Oh, massive spikes in reported numbers. Why are there spikes in reported numbers? I don't get why there's spikes. Why is it that all of a sudden it seems like people are flooding to go and get tested for COVID-19? And why does it seem like this is taking place right after all of the allowable protesting, looting, and rioting taking place? It seems like riot season has closed down and we're back to COVID season again. Because the experts came out and said that there's no correlation between the growth in the numbers for COVID-19 and the protesting taking place. No correlation there. So where is it coming from? Where is it coming from? That's what we need to know. Is it coming from all the people that were at home quarantining? Because all the events are shut down, right? All the 4th of Julys are being canceled. All of the parades are being canceled. All of the big events, we've got a few events that take place during this month. They've all been canceled. Everything is canceled, right? We're stopping people from gathering. We're wearing masks. A lot of people are wearing masks. So why is it that the numbers are growing? It doesn't make much sense. Another thing we're seeing, all the numbers are just spiking. All of a sudden, everything is going up. Massive spikes in everything. How come none of this stuff was taking place in the few weeks of all the protesting? How come it just seemed like nobody got sick anymore? Is the media just making this stuff up? Completely fabricating these numbers? You guys are starting to see these healthcare professionals who are starting to question this stuff, thankfully, right? You've got some nurses that sent in some fake tests, came back COVID-19 positive for some fake tests that hadn't even been used. Someone's lying. Someone's making this stuff up. Now here's another point that I want to bring to you guys. Just kind of boggles my mind, okay? The left-right the liberal conservative, the Republican Democrat, okay? Why are Democrats so hell-bent on getting people to wear masks? Why are they so hell-bent on the restriction of people working? Well, Chad, it's because they want to save lives. Let me throw this out there. If a bunch of conservatives want to get together and get each other sick and kill a few people in the process, why would the left care? What a great way to get rid of people. Just let them get sick. But they care, and they're very passionate about it. We had every event that we have up here, we have liberal groups that try to shut it down, right? They go to the county fair and tried to shut down our Liberate America event. Why would they care so much about protecting conservatives who choose to group together? Do you guys even know any Democrats, liberals, who seem to even like conservatives? Seems like they hate them. Seems like liberals hate conservatives. So why are they trying so hard to save them? Guys, it's because it's not about saving people. It's not about health. It's about control. It's about ushering in socialism. It's about the government bringing our economy to the knees, and then us having to rely on them to bail out. And what are they doing, right? The big COVID thing didn't work out. So then it's riot season, right? And that's sort of fizzling out. The people are starting to stop, right? The White House is going after people who are ripping down the monuments, which took long enough, I might add. But they're tearing down all these monuments, right? And we're going to get off track a little bit. Let's talk about the monuments. All of these monuments are getting ripped down throughout the country. All of a sudden, there's people in place in the mayor's office that are deciding, yeah, it's a good time to get rid of these statues. Having statues up of people who fought in the Civil War on both sides is about recognizing history. Even though the South lost, that is Southern history. To tear it down because we're saying it's racist is dumb. It's dumb. Does that statue hurt you? No. Do people worship those people? No. Most people don't even know who those people are. We walk by statues and don't even give it a second thought, right? What are we doing? We're recognizing our history. America's history is rich, very rich. So we recognize that because that is a part of who we are. You don't get rid of that stuff, tuck it away in the corner of a closet and pretend it doesn't happen or it didn't happen. Why? It doesn't do any good. It does nothing. So let's look to history. Where in history have we seen people tearing down statues? Well, that's easy. In every single government overthrow. Anytime a government is overthrown, and we'll say by the people, but you know that the Americans have, we've overthrown a number of governments, right? Whether we've armed the militia, ISIS, whether we've armed the rebels, right? Like we saw in Syria. We arm these people. We give them training. We give them guns. We give them guidance. And we get them to go in and overthrow the government. And what do you do in the process? You rip down the monuments of that regime. You rip them down. It's symbolic, right? Gets people riled up. Yeah, we're getting rid of it. But that's where we've seen it before. We saw it in Venezuela. We've seen it in Iraq. We've seen it in Syria. It's been done forever, right? You go in and you take down the houses of worship. You take down the idols, right? It's always happened. So why are we pretending it's something different that's taking place now? This is what is going on. We are in the middle of an attempted coup. We are in the middle of an attempted regime change. They're trying to do everything to win the 2020 election and usher in socialism. Guys, the price of ammunition is skyrocketing. What does that tell you? Let me tell you what that tells you. I'll be the one telling you. It means a bunch of people are buying bullets. Why are people buying bullets? Because there's millions of more gun owners in the last few months who have gone out and bought A, their first gun, or B, a few more guns. And those few more guns require a bunch of ammo. Why else do you need a bunch of ammo? Because you are preparing for something. What are we preparing for? Guys, it's looking a lot like Civil War. That's what people are preparing for. Chad, that's not what people are preparing for. Then what are you preparing for? Deer season? You don't need to buy ammunition by the thousands for deer season. You don't need that much ammo for deer season. Well, maybe a bunch of people are just out practicing a lot more. Sure, what are they practicing for? Oh, I don't know, an upcoming battle with other people shooting at them. Who's gonna be doing the shooting? Solid question, guys. Who's gonna be doing the shooting? I've got my suspicions. You guys know that I've been pointing at the United Nations, but I think the United Nations is just the first guy through the door. I wholeheartedly believe it's going to be China. Who will back China? Probably Russia, definitely Iran. Sounds like a Tom Clancy novel. I get it, guys. But you know what else sounds like a Tom Clancy novel? How about a weird virus that shuts down America, makes our governors shut down the jobs, makes people starve, makes people poor? We've never seen it in America before, and we're all just sitting around pretending it's about masks. It's not about masks, and it's not about a virus. Time to start waking up, guys. Hit the subscribe button.